airplane. Hold on, let me pull this together. So yeah, 2D. Okay. That's nice big. Okay. So, hello, we are here, now let's update it. Follow sovereignty. Updated. So it's about like two people try to bring two strangers together to help save the world, I think. But there's warnings of violence, nudity, and sensual themes. So we might be seeing boobies or dicks or something, I don't know. So, excuse me, let's get started. I think this is the demo though. Let's start. Cut this. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. I thought I told you to run, kiddo. Okay, everything's good. Okay. What does it look like I'm doing? Getting caught. But I get it. You got hurt. That's what landed you into this mess, right? I'm sorry, kid. I am. Wish there was more I could do for you. But the both of us are out of options. So where are you gonna go? Where you said. Somewhere where I can dream. Where I can be as selfish as I want. Only question is what to do when no place of that exists. But I'll figure something out. I noticed the records you swiped from my office. You're not really going after it, are you? Thanks for the lead, old man. Maybe I'll see you in the next world. Okay. Look at it, so nice. The lamplight Heart of Time. The first in to become famous after the treasure hunting boom took off a few decades ago. On a day like this, it would have been swarming with people. Tonight, there's only one customer. In a manner of speaking, anyways. I arrived a few months ago, needing a place to stay while I continued my search in the area. Element's pride wouldn't let her her take the money from an old friend, but eventually I convinced her to accept my service instead. Since then, I've been helping her look after the guests here. Guests, yes, the villagers sick, elderly given shelter from unkind weather, not customers. Most were once treasured hunters themselves, but at the age for that ended too soon. They found anything to build a life on. Tonight's dinner could be described as charitable as soup, or realistically as onion water. Most of our guests chose the latter. Oh, my nose. Oh. Though I normally try to encourage them to keep a healthy appetite, I couldn't blame them for the nearly full dish I gathered this time. Emma's a terrific cook, really, but I doubt she sees much point in trying these days. I don't blame her either. The dining room is deserted, tabletops lined with dust, rugs trampled thin. The television is purely decorative now, with no signal to pick up since the torn was cut off years ago. Only about the glimmer of the past comes from the crackling of the fireplace, where explorers would have once crowded together, sharing stories. Gonna come down or what? Gonna come down or what? I'm not the owner of the lamplight. She leans against the bar, smoking cigarettes. Oh, I didn't see you. You were seeing something. What? And don't say how badly you want me to clean this place up. No. Well, no. But you ought to really consider selling the TV at least. It may be old, but it still works in Mosaic. Pah, is that all? I know, Alma. I know you know, Alma. It just caught my eye. I joined her at the bar and set down the tray. Something hangs heavy in the air as we looked over the empty room together. Instead, I decided to turn my gaze outside. The largest windows face away from the Mustang, out towards the promise of the new world. I've grown used to the view now, the towering show of the mountains, empty homes scattered in the snow. Only tonight. Someone's coming. By the time I make it to the door, the village visitors has collapsed in the heat of the threshold. Oh no, give me a hand, won't you? Yeah. Aw. Her breathing's and pulsing's normal. She does look awfully pale, but I think she'll be alright. There we are. How are you feeling? Welcome, dear. Almost old customer service voice. It's been a while since I've heard that. Will you be needing a room? Or maybe you're just out here to dine with us. Well, then I made it. This is the lamp's light. The one and only. The one and only. Serving the spirit of discovery sense. Oh, thank goodness. I need your help. Great. Another charity truth. Don't be heartless, Alma. Don't be heartless, Alma. A decent meal is the least we can offer. Yeah. Alma goes to the kitchen. I take seat across from the stranger. You should know there's emphasis on that decent. I wouldn't set my expectations too high if I were you. I'll be happy with anything. You're too kind. But we haven't gotten to your problem. You said you needed help. The woman breathed a long, thin sigh. There's somewhere I need to go. I heard this was a gathering place for treasure hunters, so I hoped one of them could escort me. But where are you headed? You know of a ruin near here called Hollow Temple? Forget it. Alma emerges from the kitchen with a lukewarm cup of soup in her hand. She hands it off to the woman. Where's the trip, honey? It's a short walk, sure, but the woods are infested. If you're not going to pay for a room, at least spare me for having to report your body to the shield. Alma, what? Better to be honest. I have to. I have to go. It's all in my dreams. The gods of the temple visit to me. They said if I pray at the altar, I'd be cured. I suffered from this illness all my life, and now I've been finally shown a cure. I have to go. And here I thought you came for treatment from the good doctor here. Listen to yourself. You're a doctor? It's our idea of joke. You'd be generous to call me a caretaker. I'm not sure how much of my humble remedies could do for this illness of yours, but I'm more than willing to try. The woman softly shakes her head. I've seen a million doctors, and not one of them could help me. I know it must sound like nonsense, but the temple is my only hope. I see. Out of curiosity, have you heard how the so-called Hollow Temple got its name? No, there's nothing in it. Oh, for years, people were convinced there had to be some type of secret beneath the surface, but as it turns out, it's just an empty building. I'm sorry to say, but without the process of treasure, you'd have a hard time convincing any treasure hunter to make the trip. If you can find any here, then this is it for me. Hold on. I said I was going to say I'd be happy to go with you. You? I know you're hoping for someone a bit more suited for the readers of the road, I say. The truth is, I've been meaning to visit that temple myself. Sooner or later, I'll be going either way, and I do intend to get there in one piece for what it's worth. Really? At the very least, I don't have anything to lose by going together. Safety in numbers and all that. Listen, why don't you give it some thought? Wait, I'll go. Why did it just cut it off like that? Fuck. That was fast, are you sure? You're the first stranger who's offered me help. If this is my only chance of making it to the temple, I'll have to take it. Let's not be strangers then. Lois. Yasme. Yasme. Thank you, love. Oh my love. Tonight's clear sky is a rarity, given the urgency of Yasme's flight. I'm not surprised that she wants to go right away. Besides, a short trip that we should be back before the next snowfall rolls in. And now you're off into the cold for this random girl. Why am I not surprised? She needs help, Emma. I think you would do the same. Please, some of us know how to look out after ourselves. First, you should try it sometimes. Thanks for the concern. See you in the morning, alright? Cash profile has been added. Are we in person or just air? In the beginning, the builder looked to the horizon and foresaw the death of the world. To preserve life, he raised the great tower, a new home for all humanity, the Mosaic. From the farthest reaches, he gathered every soul together into one most peaceful nation, the perfect refuge from the storm. Ages again, when all had been stilled, the people of the Mosaic opened their gates to see what remained and found a ruined land owned by no one. Thus they did set forth to pick clean the bones of the world they'd forgotten. I remember hearing so many stories about the world outside of the Mosaic. The endless expanse of Yasme, the endless experience where the spirit discovery soared on the wind, inviting the bold. Walking through this ghost town, I can't imagine it. When the first treasure hunters found this place, it was already in the ruins. They built it up into a small town, only for it to shrivel into nothing again. All that wasted effort. Every gust of wind sets the windows chattering in the ramshack houses. Behind all the outside the mountains, I can hear the faint voice of my own personal spirit of discovery. Yasme. Are we Yasme? I hope this doesn't sound rude. I wonder how that cloak will hold up against the wind. Oh, the temple is straight shots from me, but we are going to have to walk it. Will you be alright? That's way better than yours. A little bit. It's got like the fluffiness. Yes, you say that, but you're suffering enough from your illness. Please do not push yourself. Really, I'm fine. Eating something gave me strength I needed, I think. If you insist, but now that I'm thinking about it, he removes one of the flowers pinned, collapsed on his shoulder collar. This is a Pasilia, the language of flower. It means fire. That's funny. Is it? I just thought a flower language was, I don't know, unquieted love, things like that. Most people didn't know it that way. In this region long ago, these flowers were common travelers' charms meant to ease the cold. Just an old superstition, but it can't hurt here. And do you normally hand these out? Haha, one way or another. Flowers are my business. I guess you could say some habits from the shop are hard to shake off. Hard to shake even on the road. You're a florist? A superstition one. It turns out, I hope I didn't put you off. No, it's kind of a thought. It's a kind thought. Thank you. Okay. In the spirit of discovery is dead, the kindness of strangers apparently lives on. When our fingers brush, I feel warmth. And not just a faint touch, but a steady embrace that spreads comfortably over my skin. It's just a logic. Let's be off. Ready? Oh, right. Okay. For all that fussing over you today, I'm barely dressed for the cold myself. The snow is too thick for the middle of spring. Then any ideas about right or wrong with regards to the weather seems arbitrary. Okay. In my month at Lamplight, I've come to appreciate the cold. A sudden chill against my face feels refreshing when I know it and wasn't, yeah. In my month at Lamplight, I've been come to apprentices, the cold, appreciate the cold. A sudden chill to my face feels refreshing. I know it wasn't feeling Okay. I think I might need to like get some water or something. Be right back. I'm back. I got a little Reese's snack. Okay, so hello. For all my fussing over using I am barely dressed for the cold myself. This snow is too thick for the middle of spring. Then again, any ideas about the right or wrong within regards to the weather seems arbitrary. In my months of the lamplight, I've come to appreciate the cold. A sudden chill against my face feels refreshing when I know it wasn't decided by the committee. At such time, I think there are still treasures to be found outside the Messiah. Does those have meaning too? My gaze followed his maze to a patch of weed poking through the frost. Dandelion? Sure. Mundanity. That's a joke, right? What the fuck was the face? She's like, what? Do you think so? If every flower has a meaning, some of them are bound to be less exciting than others, I suppose. We braced ourselves against a sudden wind. It's a good thing we set out tonight. This time tomorrow we'll expect to have another blizzard on us. Thank you, Loic. I didn't know you'd be willing to go so soon. I didn't think we could wait. I didn't think it could wait. Maybe not for me, but why are you planning to visit the temple? I'm curious, considering it's hollow and after all. Oh, did I not say? I was going the same reason for you, as you. To be cured? But you seem perfectly healthy. No, you don't say that they could be suffering mental issues too. An apple a day? But that's not quite what I mean. I'm not interested in investigating the temple itself, so much the local flora. I don't suppose you've heard about the glass bell. I'm sorry, I haven't. Oh, perfectly understandable. The glass bell is a particular flower. One says to be a potent to cure about any malady. That's too good to be true, maybe, but it's never been seen, only told in old writings. If it does exist, it could grow anywhere, so I do a research anywhere. And who's it for? Let's not talk about that. In fact, enough about me. Tell me about yourself, Yuzme. Huh? There isn't much to tell, liar. I'm not very special. Come on. Come now, not many can say they've been called upon by a god. It's not something to be bragged about, especially at home. Not his vision. Huh? No, I guess not. You're religious then? More my family. Oh, they think you're contacting the devil or something. It'd be like, what? Or something like that. When she turns over to the ever-present pillars on the horizon, I can only imagine the expression that darkens her face. I grew up praying for the builder to cure me, but that wasn't in his vision. When my family learns that I came this far, all word of the pagan god, I'd probably be disowned. But alive and well, we can always pick up the pieces from there, can't we? No, that's true. Youth made the runaway. Alive and well, the words ring in my ears. To be honest, the cold didn't bother me at all. It never does. Now though, I have real warmth to compare it to. Now I have a way out, a path to alive and well. And there's our temple. Can't see it, but the bridge is out. Ooh, shit. Don't worry about that. It's been out of commission for months. The reason I put this trip off for so long, in fact. Is it ever going to be fixed? No. Ha! At this point, I wouldn't count on it. Putting aside the lack of interest, Tarn just doesn't have the means anymore. Oh. But we can take a detour this way. We go off path into the thick of the woods. I try to focus on what awaits at the end of the hike, but in spite of myself, I keep thinking that the word the innkeeper used to describe this place, infested. They say that the old world died and the builders created his paradise for mankind. He let the two of animal and nature. The rest were left behind as the clouds rolled in. Did you hear that? Unfortunately, you said you had a plan for dealing with monsters, didn't you? Did I? That's not good. Right. Huh, what the hell do you mean? What? Didn't you? I remember saying that I meant to get to the temple in one piece, but a plan? I could certainly try to come up with something now if you like. Things like that might be a good idea to do, yes. How fast can you run, do you think? Well, she has a cough, so probably not much. Probably not very. On account of being deathly, I don't know. Oh, right. Forgive me. That was thoughtless. Outside of the safety of the Mustak, deadly rain came pouring from the sky. It ate through the stone and the steel, washing the entire city and the nation away. But the animals caught in the flood changed. They trembled and twisted and came apart, then came back together the wrong way. It's radioactive. Any creatures that didn't succumb were hunted by the ones that did. Oh wait. Shit! I wouldn't have wanted to cross paths with this thing when it was a normal wolf, let alone what the hell this tangle of the limbs and mouth is. Once I started running, don't look back. The trees are dense enough to slow it down a bit, but I can't carry on like this uphill. Use me! The voice comes from behind. Well, I look. He stopped next to the fallen tree, trying to shove it out where it's lodged in the snow. Without a second thought, I doubled back. 1, 2. We strain against the trunk together. Loud and heavy breath closed in, and then the weight shifts. Not much of a plan, but whatever works. But thank goodness. You know, Yasmin, I was joking when I suggested we run, but I'm glad you took it as a challenge. Don't think it was a challenge. Okay, I gotta do something real quick. Hold on. So I hope everyone's doing okay. Okay. Okay, so got that settled. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so I was joking when I suggested we run, but I'm glad you took it as a challenge. I don't like thinking of myself as an old man, but I could barely keep up. When push comes to a shove, back at the lamplight, you seem like to be struggling just to get through your story. Alma's cooking must be better than I give her credit for if it energizes you that much. All those vegetables and onion soup. All those vegetables! His gaze is warm but intense. I should have known he saw through my act. Sorry for the chewing noise. I should have known he saw through my act. Maybe right from the start. Maybe my coughing could have been more realistic. Whatever. He offered me help anyways. And judging from the look on his face, the offer is still open. Fine, alright. That was all bullshit. I had a feeling, but I still need to get help. Needed help to get into that temple, and pity works. You were right, I was hoping it would rope into more of a bodyguard. We haven't died yet, so I say you could have done worse. Now, is it you're after? What is it that you're after in the temple? The greatest power in the world. I'm sure you know what I mean. The Sylvan Treaty. I heard stories. Then no one would have taken me seriously if I told them I was actually looking for it. Even if someone did, why would they help me find it? Convince me, then. Why should I? Look, you have that miracle flower. You're up there, right? I'm guessing there's someone you want to save no matter what. Well, I have that too. The sovereignty is my hope of a world's worth living in. And what makes you certain it's in this place? There was a professor in the Messiah who researched the legend. I read everything he wrote on the subject. Hello, Birkin! How are you? There's no guarantee, but the temple was never totally ruled out as a lead. I want to see it for myself. And if you find nothing there, then what? Then I keep searching. Isn't that what you're doing? I have to explore every avenue. Maybe most treasure hunters have moved on, but I need this to be real. I'm sorry for lying to you, Loic, but I had to. Oh, shit. I think we lingered too long. Oh, shit. They held and screamed. I don't stick around for another second. The fallen tree was a stroke of good luck. Of luck, but it didn't strike twice. Maybe there's some other way to slow him down. Just as I started to look around, my foot slipped. I tumbled into a patch of weeds before I realized it. For a second, I think I'd been tackled, so I panicked and scrambled up against the tree. But these creatures are more patient than that. It can't be every day that they get entertainment like us. They closed in, savoring their wind. I clenched my eyes shut. And some reason, despite everything, only for an instant, single instant, I feel calm. When I dared to look again, one of the things is too close. I see puff of its breath as it leans in, sniffing my face from every angle. It's a puppy, a doggo. It's almost something about its attitude changed. It's almost frustrated. The eyes steer into mine for what it feels like forever, and then it pulls away. One by one, the other beasts follow their leader back into the woods, till two of us are left alone. Are you alright? What the hell? I try to stand, but my useless ankle buckles underneath my weight. Shit! Let me see. Worse than I thought. It might be even broken. I don't want to risk trying to put pressure on it again. So, what are the chances of you carrying me the rest of the way? He smiles. Slim. Let's try something else. There is something in hand, a little notebook bound with a string. He opens it, flips it through the page, passing what looks like dozens of pressed flowers. The yellow rose means mending in short. In the Maasai, it comes to symbolize friendship. Another case of a simplification that makes the flower language easier to sell. He stops at the certain page, brushes his fingers against the dull, dry petals of a rose. I'm fond of that one though. It's nice to think of a friendship that's something that can be managed, no matter how severe the break. He goes in, the flower seems to come alive. To come alive beneath his hands. A blank card. I've got to be imagining it, but there it is, full vibrant as the second it was picked up. He returns his attention to me. I notice that strange calm again. The air turns soft and heavy, as if warmed by his voice. Take heart, not all things fall neatly into place, but this will. It just happened. My ankle is broken, then it isn't. I pull it closer to look, no wound, no bruise, nothing. And when I glance back at the notebook, the rose completely withered away. It was magic too. They all are, even those. He nods a few dandelions poking through the frost, their petals scattered on the snow. Mudanity. This is the sort of thing that keeps me busy in the time for a few months. I've been there, not a healer exactly, but I can manage enough to make myself useful. I've dealt with my fair share of difficulties in the Messiah, so I try not to be too forthcoming with details. You said you come from a religious family, so I'm sure you understand. That's one way of putting it. Well, consider this as a show of good faith. You've been kind enough to share your secret with me after all. How did it work? That conversation would take all night. Ask me back at the lampsite and I'll tell you all about it. Sure, that'd be nice. For now, he helps me up to my feet. I take a moment to shake the snow from my cloak. Shall we? The glossary has been added. The mighty God of language, lend us your eyes and we will see the truth. Lend us your hand and we will guard life. Lend us your tongue and we will speak power. The temple is quiet. Okay, so this shows who's talking. The temple is quiet and barren. In other words, more or less what I expected. Yet stepping through the door sends a chill through me all the same. More than anything though. I can't see shit. One moment, I've just the thing. Another flower? No, let me. I brought a flashlight. Oh, wonderful. That's much more convenient. The hollow temple. Who is this? I guess the god of this place? What uncertainty. Don't you recognize them from your dream? Yeah. The people of Accent were monolithic originally. From over time, various aspects of their god came to be worshipped as separate entities. This is Tatum, the aspect of truth. Traditionally, you're supposed to confess any acts of dishonesty before their image. Sorry for pretending to be sick. I already came clean about that. That should be all squared away, right? I don't see why not. Really? It's more an encouragement to make amends with the people who we wronged. Let's have a look. What is this temple built for? Any ideas? Hard to say. The entrance is the only part that feels anything like a worship. When explorers found it, there were traps around every corner. It took years for the path to be open, even this far. You know a lot. Everyone needs a hobby, though I doubt I'm telling you anything you haven't read. I only cared about whether the sovereignty could be here. Didn't get too into all details. No, but this place was all the talk of the tower for years. All the Atlantic Discovery reports on TV, but maybe those were before your time. Maybe. You haven't missed much then. The end of all that fuss, they didn't find anything. You could say it put a damper on the whole treasure hunting craze. What, everyone just gave up because one ruin turned out to be empty? There was a bit more to that, but essentially yes. But I've done enough to lower your expectations, haven't I? Why don't we see for ourselves what they found? The central chambers is pure darkness, almost as though we stepped into a void, at least until Ismay's flashlight revealed the walk. Plain stone every side. You know, I actually have my own theory about this place. Do tell. I think it's fake. This room, most of all, what we're seeing, doesn't exist. It's like a shared illusion. That's certainly an interesting story. But you can feel it, don't you? Something's off. My footsteps slow. You think it's some sort of illusion, then? Not quite. Illusions are a new magic, kind of trick any kids in the Messiah can do. There's something older. There's something older, like the magic even nice enough to demonstrate to me. Okay, look, you did that. You seem stumped. Well, let me tell you something else. I didn't put on that sick girl act for whatever random reason. Random treasure hunt happened to feel sorry for me. I came here. Oh shit. For you. Oh shit. Pop up. Her voice slowly circles me in the darkness. You had a bit of a reputation back home, didn't you? The messenger. A normal little flower shop where people in the know could buy magic. I had my doubts, but you did anyway. With those real magic, couldn't resist showing off to a cute, helpless girl, I guess. And where did you hear all of this about me? I bring my hand to my chest, feeling a familiar flower pinned there, touching upon a memory. Let's say I had a reliable source. But I'm sick of talking, aren't you? Why don't we get down to business? I think that'll be a bit hard understanding this condition. Excuse me. Let's have some light. And there she is. Her features shadowed a velvet hood, a new cloak woven from nothing in a blink of an eye, still fresh and crackling with an energy of creation. This is art, Scenery. It's called music. New magic, but certainly no child's attack. Okay. See? The light summoned falls strangely on the floor, piercing more than a shadow. Your magic's the key. Even a little spark shows this place for what it is. You can get me then. But you already knew that. You already knew that, right? After all, you've been here before. Dot, 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 dot. I watch my reflection fading in and out on the impossible rippling stone. When I agreed to be an escort, it was in the hopes of convincing you that there was nothing here. But I had badly underestimated you, Izume, and I see that now, so let me tell you the truth. This place fills me with dread. You're right, I stood here once, many years ago. I felt the same then. Okay, I strongly believe that whatever sleeps here should never be woken, whether it is sovereignty or anything else. And now that I've done everything I promised you, I think I should be on my way. I'm not eager to delve any further into the secrets of the past. Oh, that's fine. I'm not telling you to be eager. I'm telling you. Oh shit. Oh shit, she got a Glock to do it. I like this little thing. Now, let's stay calm. Boom! A shot rings out, tearing my arms. I stumble to the floor. Did you not hear me? I'm sick of talking. I don't have all night. Well, stop, please. I'll do what you say. That's more like it. But let me ask one thing. Why not? Go ahead. Who is the person you're hoping to save by doing all this? Save? Oh my god. You actually believe that stupid shit? Listen, you want to know who all this is for? Me. If you're free to keep thinking of the serenity as my dead wife Flower, if it makes you feel any better. I see. Well, thank you for your honesty. The white dawn eyes, simple turns light. Coincidence of first flower I've read for a man who brought me to this place. It was a boy lured by the story and illuminating the past, recovering the lost knowledge of the old world. I lent my power to his cause. Then I saw what he truly after, and I turned my back on him. At least he showed me that. With some effort, I withdrawn my notebook and let it fall open into my lap. If the serenity exists here, then it has included treasure hunters in the backyard of the Messiah for half a century. Yet only a surface reading the light was enough to shake its final line of defense. Why? Okay. In particular page stops me. The sight calls a hazy memory of Tantum to my mind, not of the statue, but a smaller image displayed. A relative's home, once upon a time. I remember the brilliant sunrose that was always placed in a dish of water before the god, it to be ritually invoked as soon as it began to wilt. In the foreign language, the sunrose falls towards the eccentric end of the scale. It means the sign of death. Its meaning significance only to the flower of a dead faith. It seems to only say, only for our people, only for our children. It's only for our people, only for our children, not me, I think. You look like you have an idea. Certainly not. Okay. Certainly this woman, I feel a deadly brush against my back of my neck as she urged me on. Share with the class. Alright, pleading that my ancestors is beyond me. At this point, still a useless apology fest through my head, my spirits, not my mind, before it turns towards the task at hand. A simple acknowledgement, the dawn's eye opens to me, and I read, wherever you walk, sight of fame, let's truth not hide. Okay, bit by bit, the enchantment begins to unravel. The room as we see it melting away. The cold, the rush of cold is the first sensation to tear through the veil. Fresh, okay, the rush of the cold and the first sensation to tear out the veil. Fresh flecks of snow on faces, clouds of warmth from your lips onto the faces, clouds of warmth from your lips, and a sound of trickling water. Oh, we stand in the courtyard. Sorry, I'm just like, I wonder if I should have anything else. Okay. So there it is. We're in the water. What the fuck? Oh shit. Back. We stand in the courtyard, fountains, blankets with lilies in vivid shades of pink and purple. Ornate pillars of all sides inscribed with the words of the poet. The hollow temple is most complete remnant of accents to survive in the modern world. But that wasn't it. Why I've been brought here for, is it? At the center of the pool stands a particular door. Other worldly light issues forth as a deep, resent voice envelops us. Children, the Creator, come. Without hesitation, the youth mage drops her weapon to the floor and throws herself into the light. That's not really a good idea, you don't know. But what compels me to approach, I place my hand through the door and the palpable shift and the atmosphere sends me reeling as if from a burn. Somehow I can feel the massive distance that lies between this side and the other. You can't get in. You're not worthy enough. How many adventures hand fell short in the years before this moment? And what lies beyond really is the power to make this world? Then what have I done? This time I can't look away. I must still myself and walk through to the place built not by humans, not even by artisanry. The hall is so pristine that every step feels like improper. A realm divine, the sovereign hall. Honorable children of the Creator, you are welcome. At the end of the hall stands an altar guarded by a living statue. Its voice and manners are empty, and the patches of feather cover its body like ivy on a decaying, oh shit, that's boobs! Nudity, watch out! On a decaying building. There's a face! Behind the window scroll, the guardian's eyes seem to stare at nothing. You have come to the resting place of the sovereignty. I am its voice. The ruling sovereign has failed, and his world decays beyond salvation. But within you, I sense the approach of a stronger vision. Reaching this place, you have proved your faith. Will you save this world? Okay. Yes, may. The slightest of the voice so arrested me that I nearly forgot to call out to her, but she flashes only a quick grin at me before turning back to the altar. I will. Then you must be tested. Didn't you say I just proved myself? In reaching this place, you have proved your faith, but you must next prove the faith of your witness. For a reason I can't comprehend, terror clutched my chest. Wait! With a swift motion, the winding scroll becomes rigid, soft. Oh shit. Guys, watch out! There might be gore. Becomes rigid. The voice finds Yasmin's back to steady her. The newly formed blade finds her heart. Boom! Gore! Her face remained contorted in shock as she slumped on the floor, clearly dead even before I rushed thoughtlessly to her side. Yes, my God. The voice watches me with unfeeling eyes. Why do you grieve? What? Did you not come as her witness? Say the prayer and she will be reborn. I don't understand what prayer. Oh shit. She did. A binding of soul, a pledge to usher her onto the seat of the serenity. At the cost of your freedom, at the risk of your life, will you do this? As if it was a simple question, and she will die otherwise. She has died. Her soul slips away, drawn to the rust. But say the prayer, and she will be reborn. Say it! Do we even know it? I'll do it. Then speak the words. Restless soul, by serenity marked, to you I offer willing hands, willing. To who the voice's steady tone begins to falter. No, no more of this. Not again. No more. No more. The serenity hall is shattered. The voice lets out a feeble cry as I catch the glimpse of its eye, shining in rage and fear. Beyond, the spirit unfurls its wings, the great banners of flame as I stand dagger back from the altar, my senses already muddled with the smell of smoke. I can't linger. Darling our way downstairs to that twist and buckle violently beneath me. Through the gate, trampling the carpet of the water lily, through the halls to the temple, tumbling out into the cold. There was a loud sound, a burst of flame at my back, then nothing. Thank you for reading the demo version of Soul of Solidarity Prelude. The story will continue in the full version. Click here to visit the store page. I'm gonna click it. Well, that's gonna be it, I guess. It's cool. Very interesting. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you. And I am going to go. This is interesting. When it comes out, we'll be watching. Or not watching, we'll be playing this. Seems cool. But come join my Discord. Type DISCORD in the Twitch chat. It'll be in my description on YouTube. I will link it anyway. Join the Discord. Type INFO for info. And here it is. I will post that too. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go. Bye.